Okay, right now I'm going to demonstrate how to use the sorting activities strategy with a third grader. We're going to be working on sorting out carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. Okay, class, or Axel, since you're helping me, my son Axel is helping me out today. Axel, earlier we were talking about carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. Can you tell me what a carnivore is?
An animal that eats only meat.
What about a herbivore?
An animal that only eats plants.
And an omnivore?
An animal that eats plants, both plants and meat.
Okay. Well, today we're going to be sorting out, we're going to be making a bulletin board that we're going to hang in the classroom. This would be if we were doing it in a normal classroom. We would be making a bulletin board either with butcher paper or just a regular big poster to hang around the classroom so that the students can see when they're doing individual classwork. Okay, Axel, look, I'm going to give you this piece of paper and you're going to cut out each different animal and sort it out into each category. Like we were talking about earlier, there's 3 different categories: carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. I gave you a sheet of paper, and that sheet of paper, just like you see my bulletin board right now, you're gonna fold the paper into 3 even parts. Each part, you're gonna label it. Okay, each part, you're gonna label them with the corresponding category like we would talked about: carnivores, and then herbivores, and omnivores. Okay, so I'm gonna want you to do that on your paper. When you do that, we're gonna do an example right now. So like this is a lion. What category does it correspond to? Is it a carnivore, a herbivore, or an omnivore?
You forgot to eat.
Is a lion a carnivore, an herbivore, or an omnivore?
A carnivore.
So it's a carnivore. You would get some glue and you would glue it on that category. What about a horse? A horse, is it a carnivore, herbivore, or omnivore?
Herbivore.
A herbivore because it eats hay. So you would glue it in the section that says herbivore. What about a human?
A omnivore.
An omnivore. Why is a human an omnivore?
Because they eat like plants and animals.
Okay, good job. So I'm going to want you to do the same thing on your paper. Divide it into 3 different sections and do this. Title them, each section, and sort out the pictures that I gave you, okay? Here you go. You can start by separating your paper. Go ahead and label it. So here, the teacher would walk around while the student is working. So he's cutting. He would cut out all of them up. And we're going to pretend like he already finished cutting all of them. And he's going to work on the ones that are already cut. So he's gonna work with these just to make the little process faster. And you would have the students look at each picture once they've cut them out, and they would sort them where they belong. And then here you can see how he put bears an omnivore, elephants a herbivore, and then a vulture a carnivore.
I don't know this one.
Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate how you can use sorting activities with children as young as pre-K. The way you can use sorting activity for pre-K, it can be with uppercase and lowercase letters. You can have, usually teachers would have a bulletin board with the ABCs on them. They can either have the ABCs written together, side by side, capital and lowercase together in the ABCs in order. Or if you want to do an activity like such as sorting, you can have the students interact with you in creating your own bulletin board of capital letters or uppercase and lowercase. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have Sebastian here help me in sorting capital and lowercase letters. I'm gonna ask him a few questions, which was what this activity can help students with. For example, Sebastian, when you're writing a name, the first letter, is it supposed to be capitalized or is it supposed to be a lowercase letter? When you're writing a name, is it capital or lowercase?
Capital.
It's a capital letter. Correct, Sebastian. So, for example, your name, Sebastian, does it start with a capital letter or a lowercase? Sebastian, is it a capital S or a lowercase s? When you're writing your name, the first letter of your name, the big one, which is which one? The capital letter, right? So, which one is the capital letter? The capital letter. Here on our board, look, we're going to go ahead and put the capital letter on one side. Here it says uppercase, means capital letter, and lowercase is the small letter, right? I'm going to show you a letter and you're going to tell me if it's capital or lowercase. This is a lowercase I. So I'm going to put it there. What about
Big one.
this one? Is it lowercase or capital, Sebastian?
Capital.
It's a capital. Good job, Sebastian. So I'm going to put it there. What about
Lowercase.
this one? Is it a lowercase or a capital J? Lowercase? Let me see. Side by side. Which one is the capital letter and which one is the lowercase?
Capital, this one.
This one. Good job.
I told you.
So this one is the
Low.
lowercase. And we would go on to sorting out the whole ABCs. Usually a teacher will start with the letter A just so they can have that frequency or that consistency of the order of the alphabet. And we can hang this as a bulletin board in the classroom for the students for students to reference back to them whenever they're doing an activity. For example, today I'm gonna have Sebastian doing an activity where he's gonna look for the lowercase letters that correspond to each of the capital letters. Okay, Sebastian, what I'm gonna need you to do now is on the top of the paper, you see here the capital letters, right? So on the bottom, we have the lowercase letters. So I'm gonna need you to cut out each letter and place it. You're gonna glue it where it belongs, so it can be paired up with the capital letter, okay? So I'm gonna need you to cut. Go ahead and cut, and you're gonna glue. And while he's doing that, he's gonna be doing the activity. It's gonna be for individual work. The students, that's fine. The students can go ahead and use this or the bulletin board that they have on the classroom to help them with the individual work. And like I did, okay, right now that he's doing the activity, going back to when I started, I went ahead and I identified the skill where I was telling him that we were going to learn about our uppercase and lowercase letters. And step 2, I explained the activity while telling him, okay, you're going to go ahead and pair up the uppercase and lowercase letters on the individual work that they were going to do. I went ahead and I told him the routine of how we were doing it, how we were explaining the activity, uppercase, lowercase. So what he's doing right now is that he's doing exactly what I had told him to do when we were doing the bulletin board. He's looking at the capital letters, he's looking for the lowercase, and he is sorting them out to where it belongs. And the way that I'm assessing is I'm going ahead and I'm observing him and watching what he's doing and making sure he understood. He understood the concept of the activity. And the way to grade it is by whenever he finishes, we can go ahead and grade the information that he put down, and that way you can see if he understood, if he does in fact know his uppercase and his lowercase letters, and if he doesn't, we can go ahead and give him a little bit more help. And that is the way that you can use the sorting activity with pre-K students.